So in order to talk about self-reference and make a summary of it, I would like to say to look back. Why to look back? In order to move forward. Just as we are finding a path, and in order to move forward, we will look at the path that we had already traveled. So it is just similar. And maybe while we are moving forward, when we look back, we come to know that we made some mistakes. Also, we may come to know we have done a wonderful job. We took the right directions. We took a better road to travel. So the possibilities are both. There can be good things that we have done in the past, and there can be bad things. In both the cases, we need to look back. We need to evaluate our actions done in the past and then move forward and try to make them better than before. How we would do that? The first thing that the teachers need to do is that they need to be very positive. If they are positive, only then they will reflect that attitude of being positive to their students. Because the students would see an example, a role model in the teacher, that if the teacher can become better than the previous teaching that she was doing, if the students are learning in a better way than what they were learning previously, that means the students would also develop the same attitude. They would also know that a person can always improve by looking back at the previous handings and dealings and practices. They can always make themselves better. Just have a laugh. Have a laugh at what you have done wrong. You do not need to cry over the spilt milk. It is always good to have a laugh at the mistakes that we have made. Why? The spilled milk would not be, you won't be able to get it back in the cup because it is already spilled. You need to make a fresh start. So just have a laugh at the mistakes that you have done previously. Don't bother yourself or blame yourself, or don't feel guilty if somebody said you did it, and then you do not have to carry those emotions with you. Rather, it is a good practice to improve on that. Just have a laugh at it, that yes, these were the things I was doing in the past. I could have done them better, but never mind. Now when I look back at it, I know how to improve these skills now. Rethink. Rethinking is a good skill also to examine your thinking. When we rethink, we try to sort of reread. Like for example, we tell our students, when you finish doing your exercise, just reread it or re-revise it, so that if you have left any word which was important, then while rereading it, you would become aware of using it in the proper manner. Similarly, what we were thinking before for a lesson may not be exactly what the lesson was for. Maybe it had more things to look at. So always rethink a lesson after you do the lesson. Just think about it. Could have I done it in a better way? Could have I used some other resource materials for this lesson? Could my students have learned in a better formation or a better structure if I would have planned the lesson in another way? Could have I given this paragraph another heading which would make it clear for the students to understand? So rethinking on all these thoughts that you have formed before when you delivered the lesson would again improve your lesson next time. It's mostly the characteristic of the teachers to keep the same lesson plans when they are repeating the same class every year. But they can keep the original lesson plan as it is, but they must always rethink. Rethink, go by the plan every time that you are going to use it, and then find out other possibilities which could be added in the previous lesson plan.